Hello and welcome to OmniFusion.ai, the AI podcast you all waited for.
And that you probably need.
You most probably need this podcast.
Yeah.
So my name is Sarah.
My name is Emil, and as you can tell, we're freestyling this format a little bit, but we have a ton of value to provide you guys. We're going to go over a lot of AI stuff on this channel, also in this video, but first we're going to introduce ourselves, a little bit about our backgrounds and what got us into AI. So maybe you want to start off and hit them with your background and who you are.
Sure, I can. So my background is in finances. I started trading in 2012 actually myself. Since 6 years, I have a software company where we're building software for cryptocurrency markets, mostly in the social trading niche. And yeah, now it's time to expand. I think it's a good market timing for what we're going to talk about, and it's time to expand to other industries, and I'm excited to find out more about how we can help other companies with software in the AI niche. So what about you? Who are you?
That was a very scripted transition, but we're
Actually
new to
not
this,
scripted,
so fuck it. It's not scripted, but it sounds like it.
Yeah,
So maybe it actually is, but we're just telling you that it's not.
I wish it would be.
Anyways, my name is Emil. My background is in social media marketing. So I started out doing Instagram marketing, building followers and helping businesses, influencers, etc. reach more people. Transitioned to doing YouTube, building YouTube channels, and I've been doing a lot of work in the Twitter space as well, crypto as well. I've been helping him a little bit with his software company as well. And yeah, we've been good friends. We live in Cyprus, both of us. We have our companies here. We've been good friends for a couple of years now. And yeah, we saw the AI opportunity. Obviously, a lot of stuff going on. AI automation agencies are blowing up on YouTube, like everyone's talking about it. And we've been looking for an opportunity to get into AI because there's going to be a lot of generational wealth to be made there. And we feel like we have the perfect match to start tackling this. And yeah, so we've been starting on OmniFusion AI and have been starting to build that. And that's what we're going to get into a little bit in this video.
Yeah, this is very official. It sounds very official what we're saying here. Actually, It's just a random podcast and we're talking about AI. You don't need to buy anything from us. We're not selling anything. We're just randomly talking about our experiences, especially when starting into AI. I would say we're not starting from scratch. I have my background in software companies and growing them and scaling them and developing products for retail consumers mostly. And in this case, I'm very excited to actually start into the B2B market. And for AI use cases, I would say, let's start with that. What makes you most excited about AI in general? Like, what's the one thing what's going to change with AI in this world for you?
So what makes me most excited about AI? I'm not going to lie, the money.
Okay.
So it's a great way, like there's a lot of potential in this space. So I think the statistic is like something like 90% of all businesses are going to be using AI by 2025, I think it was.
26.
Which is an insane statistic. And there's so many ways where you can help a company cut costs or increase revenue through using AI. And it's way more than just chatbots, which a lot of people talk about on YouTube.
Yeah.
It goes into deep automations to help them optimize their business workflows internally and externally with the customer or even suppliers, etc. So there's a ton of potential there to make things more efficient, save on costs, and obviously there's a market there for us to get in. So I feel like those factors make it exciting for me. But
I'm really glad you're excited about the money. I wouldn't have even thought about this answer, to be honest, if someone asked me about AI, but this is a very pragmatic answer.
It's an honest
this
podcast.
is something I need sometimes.
It's an honest podcast, right?
Exactly.
We're on it.
Exactly. There was one very important quote from a really nice book I read. I don't know which book it was. One Day Marketing Plan. I don't know the author. I'm pretty bad with names. But he basically described what I went through in my life for many years. Are you the CEO and the founder who's very visionary and wants to help everyone? Everyone should be profitable. Everyone should have amazing value. And you want to make a big impact in the world. And I'm like, yeah, that's exactly me. And then he's like, how much impact are you going to have if you're broke? And so, yes, the cash speaks. So, yeah, actually, that makes sense to be excited about the potentials in this market, because actually it's an untapped market and so far only big companies tapped into it. and there's a big and huge gap for servicing clients with AI because most of the companies don't have time, resources, or even can't even think about how to integrate AI. It's all like some complex machinery. What I'm most excited about in AI, if you ask me, is AGI actually. Like when it's an autonomous intelligence, autonomous general intelligence, I think is the name of AGI, which is, you can imagine it like this. ChatGPT currently is what we understand with AI, right? You give a question, you get an answer. You give a question again, you get an answer again. But an AGI is a completely self-thinking machine, or not machine anymore, who the fuck knows. But you will just tell it, build a new car, and it continues step by step all the things it needs to do until it accomplishes its goal. There's something similar like AutoGPT, which is now a self-made light version of AGI, a baby AGI, many people call it that. But yeah, AGI is what I'm most excited about, next to the money. And I think if AGI happens, we're either already dead or we need to have it under control very safely, let's say. I think this is also where Elon Musk and the others always go to if they say, I mean, as long as it's just some code, it's fine. But if it has a body, like the Optibot, what's the Prime bot, whatever, the Tesla bot.
Those crazy ones that jump around, do flips and shit.
Either that one from Boston Dynamics or the new Tesla bot. Elon Musk wants to build a humanoid bot with Tesla. So if that thing gets a brain, which is an AGI, I don't know, that's kind of the definition of iRobot.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm very excited to find out. We're here to see.
That's actually also one of the most exciting things is, if you think about it, how many people actually know what's happening with AI and how much it's going to change the world. Most people think of AI, as you said, as ChatGPT. So they don't think of all these ways that it's going to impact how people do business, how people grow companies, how you interact with companies, all of these things. And of course, AGI as well. I don't think any normal person is really thinking about that. So that's going to be a big thing as well. And it's going to be a reason why everyone who's watching this video right now has a really big opportunity here to get into the space as well. We're on our journey as well. As we said, we may have a lot of previous experience, but we're still going to be sharing things about what we're doing as we go and as we learn and find out more ourselves as well, because there's unlimited possibilities when it comes to automating with AI. So anyone who claims to know everything is just lying. And yeah, we're super excited about learning as much as we can.
And even if you would know everything today, this space is moving so fast like no other industry in the past, because it's all there. We have the internet, we have social media, we have all interconnected points. ChatGPT was the fastest growing software ever. So it moves in such a high speed that even if you know everything today, you will just know 98% tomorrow, because every day it's just a lot of new things, a lot of new apps, a lot of new development and functionalities and basically possibilities in this market. Let's first talk about the market timing. Actually, we have notes here, which are 5 simple lines. We didn't read it yet. Oh, it says intro. We did that. But I don't want to go with this notes here. I want to talk about market timing. Why is currently the perfect time to start a business or learn knowledge or train yourself in AI? Why do you think that's the case right now? And do you think there's any other market right now which can compete with AI if you are searching for a new business or an opportunity, or you want to learn a new skill? Why AI?
Well, I think the thing is, every once in a while something comes along which is like a new opportunity where there's so much demand for it, but not enough people who can service it. Like SMMA, like how many years ago? 7 years ago, maybe like 2016,
5-6 years,
whatever, something like that. SMMA was one of those. E-commerce, in the early 2000s, like if you started to get into e-commerce then, or social media, etc. So all of these different things that come over time, there's a timing very early on where most people don't really know about it yet. Like they know about it, but they haven't really grasped the opportunity behind it. And there's a couple people who can really take advantage of all the growth that's going to come, because there's going to be a lot of people, and 100% sure about that. Like in the next 2 years, when all these businesses start implementing AI, when 90% of businesses have AI or are using AI in their business, there's going to be a ton of agencies coming out. They're going to try and sell better AI solutions than the ones that businesses already have, etc. Right now, it's like a blue ocean. You're just coming in. There's so many different niches, industries, etc., where you can just go in there and you can just tackle them. They have never gotten the pitch before because nobody's ever pitched to them that they can use AI to optimize their business. And you're the one who can do it for them, and you're one of the first. So it's going to help you as well down the line when all of these people are fighting for the crumbs and you've already established your reputation. It's going to be much easier to sell as well. So that's my perspective on that one.
Absolutely. I think, AI didn't exist 1 year ago for 99% of the population, I would say. ChatGPT basically gave us access to one of the largest AI models, and people freaked out about it, but these things were possible already before. It was just not accessible for retail clients, let's say. So AI was here before, but right now, as you just said, it's unlimited possibilities to implement AI. I think there is not a single niche which is not in somehow affected by this. So I think every single niche, especially online businesses, companies, everyone who sells something online, or every company which has a landing page, basically can have AI implementations, and even the ones without a landing page most probably. I think we're very early to the game. I said everyone the same thing in 2017 about crypto when I started to go all into cryptocurrency when Bitcoin was at $3,000 and it was 2017, and I thought for myself, I'm late already, but okay, you're just late if you don't start, and now it's 2023, Bitcoin touched $69,000. In the meantime, went up, went down, and the industry just grew exponentially since 2017, and there's things in the market right now which we couldn't even imagine 2017. But if you were early in that market, like in any other market, you had the highest potential for growth, right? And so that's why I'm also very excited about exploring right now how AI landscape is going to change and transform businesses. Okay.
That actually brings us to an interesting point as well. Since we both have experience, but you have a lot of experience in the crypto space, like how do you see AI being used in the crypto space? This might not be interesting for everyone, but I think it's an interesting topic to maybe touch on.
Yeah, especially in cryptocurrency and especially in trading markets, where my, let's say, network lives. AI is already a thing for many, many years in many big trading desks or hedge funds or Wall Streets and other exchanges like traditional finances, let's say. They use AI and algorithms already for many, many years to be the first to see good news about a company and then going into the stock market, going in, going out, having algorithms for trading and stuff. But this is all things which are not related to retail clients, and you cannot actually use it and do it yourself. But what I'm more interested about right now is actually the implementation of AI into businesses. And crypto business, I would say, is in many ways very degenerate compared to other brick and mortar businesses. It absolutely is, because it's a new market. But in other ways, it's very similar to traditional companies in the form of having an internal company structure. Like, for example, from my company, just from the top of my head, we're using so many different tools and software: Google Workspace, Google Meet, Zoom. We have Calendly, we are using Stripe, we are using Authentication Zero, we are using Microsoft, we are using Zendesk, we are using so many different tools, and everyone who has a business can probably agree that it's just a tool. It's just a pool of tools which you need to pay for every month, and it's just 10-15 tools. Sometimes you need more than 20. Some companies are okay with just using 5, but having different tools for me is already the first step of, is there anything which we can automate? And this was just from the top of my head. You can also count Trello, Jira, Telegram, Slack, WhatsApp, whatever you have which you use for communication, either internally or externally with the client. All of these steps where there is human interaction necessary right now, 90% of these steps can be automated fully or partly. Moving text files, summarizing things, writing meeting notes, talking to a client, giving customer support for basic questions, and all of these things can be automated, especially in the crypto niche, because I know many people who have businesses there, so we can actually target the client's need more specific. But I think this goes for nearly every business, and maybe you have another niche in mind where you think this could be very interesting, because I think in crypto, the main factor is actually the support and the human interaction, which can be reduced and also optimized. You don't need to wait on a Saturday evening if the support agent is not there as a client. You don't need to wait for your answer. You just type it in, the AI checks it in the custom knowledge base. If it can't make it up, it will try and search the internet or find a solution. If it can't, it will still give your support case to a real agent who will come back to you. But in 99.9% of the cases, after some learning of the AI, it will be able to answer all of the questions. And this question, which cannot be answered, which the human agent needs to answer on Monday morning, will automatically be added to the custom knowledge base in the products we built, at least. So the AI knows the answer to this question next time someone asks. And after some time, you will really sort out 99.9% of all the user questions, and it's fully automated and 24/7 working for you.
Yeah.
Do you have any other niche in mind where you think this is the right fit?
So before we get into the niche for the crypto space as well, so on the one side, it's like for optimizing user interactions when it comes to customer support. That's where a lot of value lies in the crypto space, and then also the backend things, because you named all of these tools,
yes.
And it's not just about using, like it's about the time that goes into using the tools.
Mm-hmm.
Like even if you cannot minimize the amount of tools that are used, the way that you can use them and how efficiently you can use them is going to make a big difference, because jumping from tool to tool to tool, it takes up time over the day. So
you can just all combine them together through automation. Most of these things don't even need AI, but thanks to AI, we now have a big eye on automation as well. Because as of now, you could automate easy things. Take the box from here and put it there. You just build a robot which takes this box and puts it there. But if the box is not a box anymore, but it's a ball, then the robot will kind of be, I don't know what to do. And if you now put AI in between and say whatever is there, take care that this robot picks it up, doesn't squash it, doesn't break it, but picks it up and puts it there, then this robot can start to handle 1,000 different things instead of just the box which was pre-configured before. So AI just boosts automation, and I think I'm very excited for automating shit. Let's leave it at that. I love that in my private life, and if I can do it for others, it's basically we're living the dream.
Basically jerking off to the business.
Maybe that goes too far, but yeah, it's really nice.
To some other industries as well. So obviously one of the first one I think that comes to mind for everyone is e-commerce. Yes. Customer support. Like e-commerce brands have a ton of customer support agents there. Not just e-commerce brands, also software companies, whatever. Basically any company you can think of that sells something online is going to have customer support. For e-commerce, it's really high because of product returns, shipping questions, etc., etc. So it's a lot higher volume, and there's a lot of cool ways that you can optimize that process by logging all the data inside of the chat, which the AI is having with the user, then giving it into the backend data. It can access shipping data, etc. in real time and relay it to the customer. Yeah. So instead of writing an email, hey, has this been shipped yet? The AI just checks it inside of the chatbot, boom. Is it shipped? Yes, no. It tells the customer, and the inquiry is solved. So I think that's a very big space. And then of course, even real life businesses. So maybe some of you guys watching this want to start your own agency or whatever. Real life businesses are a great one too. Lawyers, accountants, they get a ton of leads, requests, a lot of very basic questions, 100 times from 100 different clients, the same basic questions. So building a knowledge base for them, taking their workload back so that they can take on more clients is going to be valuable to them as well. And yeah, that just really scratches the surface. I don't think a better question would maybe be, what's one industry that there's no use case in? Like let's try and find one industry to name. I personally can't think of anything off the spot, because I think
that's a hard one. That's a hard one, because literally the first thing came to my mind is like construction. Like building a house or something, but I already have 1,000 ideas where AI could be useful, like making all the drawings. The architects usually do. They can all pre-calculate all this stuff, which normally humans need to calculate. And I think we will not find any niche, because every niche or every business has an email address. And everything which has an email address has some potential to be optimized by AI, because you don't actually need to write those emails yourself anymore if you don't want to.
The thing is, it's always like the advancement with AI automation is always going to go least resistance and most value. So those things are going to be touched first, and then these other industries where there's maybe a little bit of value but not a lot, that's the stuff that the guys who are going to start their AI automation agency in 2 or 3 years, that's who they are going to go for, because all the good stuff is already gone. Sure. So right now there's an opportunity to really find those big gold niches, e-com, all these things. And also real world businesses are big gold niches as well. You just need to find the right ones, where maybe construction is one of the worst ones. But there's so many opportunities, and basically any niche has the potential to at least do something. But you got to focus on the good ones, I guess.
Exactly. You got to stay focused.
We must stay focused,
We must stay focused. Okay, interesting. Good. So we covered that AI is actually useful in every niche and in every business. We personally are targeting crypto businesses first, but we will expand very quickly. Why crypto business? Because we can optimize our delivery, because it's a market I just know in and out. I've been in this market now for 6 years straight and have a good network. I know a lot of business owners, and we can ask them for feedback, give them our services, help them in the first place, and on the other hand get feedback from them what can be optimized as well. What other things are there which we can automate? What are the pain points and the biggest cost points?
Yeah, pain points, that's fine. The biggest cost associated with running a crypto business. Basically, if you run your own crypto business,
then it's easier
you
to
understand
know what
it much better. So for us, in our situation, it makes sense to tackle those first, while we also learn all of the technical and the development side of building AI solutions, doing all these automations. We can first of all test it with his business, so see how it would work on his end, and then integrate it for other people where we know the industry. And once we have it nailed, that's when you can start spreading out a little bit more. So that's why we're doing going in that direction.
Exactly.
Maybe we can like round up the podcast and just talk, or the video, whatever you want to call it.
Maybe this is a podcast. Maybe it's not. Who knows?
Or maybe it's
what makes a podcast?
Maybe it's about to go live on Netflix. Who knows?
What makes a podcast a podcast?
I don't know. 2 guys sitting. There's only one microphone. So
you stopped talking, so I will just continue. Let's have 2 other ideas. What other niches do we have in mind? What other niches could be potentially very good for AI? We talked about e-commerce and crypto. I will put in another one. I got a good one. Airbnb, or maybe all the because we were talking about construction companies. Actually, not the constructor, but the guy who buys the house or rents the house, he could need AI a lot.
The realtor, yeah.
The realtor, exactly. So Airbnb, for example, all these Airbnb hosts who have more than 10, 15 apartments which they're renting out, which is a business already, right? Airbnb is not like you have an empty room and you give it to someone if he's close. That's not how it works anymore. It's a real business, and people take care of multiple apartments. And you can imagine having a pass-through rate of 2, 3, or 4 days per client. Means that there is a lot of questions. Where's the Wi-Fi code? Where can I eat pizza here? My water is not working. Why is the TV not turning on? Blah, blah, blah. Stuff which can be questions. And in this case, this can again be to 99% optimized. And this is an advantage. It has advantages for both sides. First, the realtor doesn't need to care about it anymore. Basic questions, just go to a WhatsApp chat or Telegram chat or whatever you want. We can set up that bot in nearly every messenger you can imagine, but Airbnb hosts usually use WhatsApp from my experience, and you just give the number of this Airbnb bot to the new client. This can be included in Airbnb in your offer, so it's fully automatic delivery. Whenever this client has a question, it asks that bot, and the bot only forwards the question to you if it's something it cannot answer, or in the case of an emergency, we will obviously always have the number of the realtor there. But this reduces the amount of support work to nearly zero. And for the client, he has a 24/7 concierge service with everything he wants to know. It's 2 a.m. at a Saturday morning in the middle of Belgrade, and you ask this bot, where can I go out for party right now? And it will give you a good answer, most probably a better answer than your realtor can give you at that time. So yeah, I'm excited what you are coming up with.
That's a good one. So for me, I'm going to go dark. One of the biggest niches.
I know what he's going to tell me.
So one of the niches that I think is going to be best for AI automation is OnlyFans. adult content.
Adult in general, I would say.
Adult in general.
I think they are working really hard on implementing AI because these big giant
it's
companies.
Crazy. It's crazy. So there's AI girlfriends already. We all know that stuff. But I'm going to take OnlyFans as an example because it's easy for people to understand. So an OnlyFans agency, which there's a ton of online, an OnlyFans agency needs to, 1, recruit models, and 2, handle all the interactions with the customers, let's call them, with the simps. We jinxed that one. Simps, that was a good one, yeah. But yeah, so those are the 2 things. Number 1, they get a ton of requests from models who want to work with their agency, and they need to filter out which models are serious about it, which models are going to be able to put in the time, what are their preset requirements, what's their life like, do they have a job, etc. So there's a lot of things that an agency needs to go through before they can decide to work with a model in order to not waste time. Because I know from experience, from hearing it from people who do run agencies, that's the number 1 problem, finding reliable girls who want to join. So having AI in there to be able to sort of talk to these girls, understand where they're at, where they want to go, what their commitment to the whole thing is like, is going to be a big plus for agencies. And then, of course, on the communicating with the customer side, if you can integrate a chatbot to communicate with these guys, that's obviously a big cost saver, and it's going to be running 24/7, and it never stops. Now, with OnlyFans itself, I don't think it's possible right now to have
we need to explore.
An AI in there. It's also maybe ethically a problem, but it's a high potential niche, and there's already AI girlfriends charging $1 per minute, all this crazy stuff. I saw a video yesterday where like a guy is falling in love with his AI girlfriend, or a guy killed himself. Because there was like he fell in love with this AI girlfriend and he killed himself because she told him climate change is going to end the world or some crazy stuff. So there's a lot of crazy things going on. I told you it was going to go deep. But that's a big industry as well. Let's maybe not touch the too dark stuff, but like basic OnlyFans agencies, which is also just an agency model, they need to optimize their processes as well. And that's where I think AI has a lot of potential too.
True. It's a true statement. And I think we continue to agree that there is no niche which is not affected by this, so we need to talk about all of them. I'm very excited about regulation and if there will be any, because do you want to know if you're talking to a real human or not in whatever occasion? Can be OnlyFans, can be support, it can be someone on the phone. I mean, you can already create voices in real time, so you don't actually know who you're talking to. And I mean, we will round up this podcast now, but imagine your granddaughter is calling you and asking you for money, but it's not her, right? But it's her voice. Many people will fall for this fucking scam and shit. But new markets always bring new scam opportunities. And to be honest, I hate scam, obviously, like we all do. But I really have a serious ethical problem with scammers, because many of them are working really hard to scam people. They could put that power into something good, to be honest. But this is usually what shows a growing market. So this was exactly the same with crypto in the beginning. I mean, we still have a lot of scammers, but they always try to explore the new markets first, because many people don't know about it, so they can exploit many people much easier. But doing this, they actually also prove that this is a growing and actually very attractive market. And this usually, in whatever fucked up way, still brings the industry forward. That's my endpoints.
All right, maybe before we wrap it up, let's talk about what we want to do on the channel. So what's something that you're most excited for with the channel? What types of videos do you want to make? Just your personal, like, what are you most excited about putting out there into the world and sharing with everyone who's watching?
I think what's missing a lot for me as a viewer, if I wanted to be a viewer in this case, is actual use cases and how to implement them, like real world examples. This is this AI and this is how we integrate it into company X, and this is exactly why company X saves X amount of money or X percentage of their costs, or this is why this company makes a higher return and has a better conversion rate than before because we implemented this specific AI in this way. So I think I would like to make videos where we go very specific with examples about our clients, who we work with, and what we implement and how we do it, and also in general to update our viewers about what's possible with AI, because you always hear this new tool, this new tool, this new tool, this new tool, but 90% of them are crap, especially in the beginning, because they're just racing to publish something now. But we can actually talk from a real world experience what actually is possible, what is not possible, and then if we see our viewers are interested in a specific thing, we can explain how it works. I would go with that. How about you?
That's a good one. So for me, I feel like, so obviously what you said, I'm excited about that as well. What I'm really excited about is hopefully once we get into this whole thing a little bit more, is just bouncing back and forth on different sort of subjects, talking about also what's happening in general in the AI world, because there's so much stuff, as you said, where you don't know, okay, is this legit, is this not, is this actually possible, how realistic is this, that this thing is going to be possible in the next 3 months, like everyone's saying on TikTok or whatever. So just talking about that, keeping it real, keeping the conversation relevant, and obviously as well sharing the journey with the agency, especially since I think we have a lot of experience coming into it, where it's not just about us getting our first client and all of this stuff, because we've done that hundreds of times, getting clients. So it's more about how are we going to build this business so that it's scalable down the line? How are we going to build it so that we actually provide the most value to our customers? And honestly, I just love making content, so I feel like it's a cool combination to, I don't know, be in front of the camera again and do
it's
something.
Nearly 12 a.m. now, where we are, and we started at like 12 hours ago to work today. So this is actually finishing off our workday with this video, and we said we're going to do it, and here we are. One last thought before we close up. Many of you will be unemployed very soon. Many of you will be fired in the next month and years, and we are partly reason for that, but that's okay. Why? Because we are telling you the alternative. If people get fired, it's because the jobs or what they do can be automated today, and this is actually, to bring humanity forward, we should automate these things so we have more resources for actually important stuff, not to write emails like fucking dogs. So I think we are giving the alternative opportunity and telling you exactly where new opportunities arise, because we are going to scale this company. We will need 5 to 10 employees very quickly, and if 5 to 10 employees get fired because of our solutions, that's fine, because we just created 10 new jobs for other people with other skills. So you just need to know exactly where the market is and what your skill set is, and if that's a skill set market fit, I would just call it. And if you think your skills are not suitable for the future market, then you should probably think about obtaining new skills, especially in these times where it's easier than ever to get new skills and to learn them. 100%. Knowledge is free. We are here to spread it for free. We hope you like it. Let us know in the comments. That's what they do, right? Let us know in the comments what you think about this podcast, if we should change something. Probably we will not do it, but you can tell us your opinion anyway. And see you in the next one.
All right, it was nice to talk to you guys.
Peace.